Hello YouTubies, this is King Scribe, the king of YouTube, and today we're going to have a look at some of the comments on everyday sexism because I've heard some horror stories out there, and obviously that all the women are going onto that site and just complaining about men really. Now I want to have a look at the comments to see if there's anything relevant, just how serious is all this to women and just how much danger are they actually in. Let's take a look at the first comment. Just because I dye my hair bright and eye-catching colors doesn't mean you're allowed to call me baby when you compliment me. Mm, mm. You can see the seriousness in this comment. This lady is obviously in some big danger from a man here. I mean, this is very serious stuff. I mean, phone the police if a man ever calls you baby in public or somebody you know calls you a baby. Uh, you got to get that sorted out pretty amazingly fast. Let's have a look at the comment then. Just because I dye my hair bright and eye-catching colors, doesn't mean you are allowed to call me baby when you compliment me. Okay, don't call me baby. Oh, sorry, I'm getting a bit overexcited. What can I say about this devastating thing that's happened in your life recently? I mean, this must be one of the worst things that can ever happen to anybody on a day-to-day activity. You know, forget the murders, forget toddlers who are killed by their mothers or fathers. Forget that. What we've got here is somebody who's had a real serious thing that's happened in their life, and somebody has called her a baby, which is I've actually heard women say that to men. This is nothing I haven't seen before on both sides of the dice. All sides of the dice are calling people babes or baby. Women did exactly the same thing in this sort of setting. That is kind of dialogue. There's nothing more than that. And you are coming on to Twitter and you are really so angry about it. I mean, I can feel you teething about this. There's no story here, right? Nothing's happened to you. If that's the worst thing that's ever happened to you, believe me, you're having a damn good life. In fact, you're having a better life than most of us, all right? That is the type of life I want. Somebody called me babes and everything, another lady. What the hell? What the hell? You're trying to find something to nitpick about. And that was one of the first comments I came across today. And I just wanted to have a look on this particular Twitter page just for a laugh, just to see what they are actually writing, to see if they are in terrible danger. And obviously from this comment, you can see that they're not. A guy jumped towards me and yelled, "Slut!" while I was walking home at 5 on a Sunday night in my uniform. I've got to be a little bit careful with what I say here. Because she's claiming that she's under 16. That doesn't necessarily mean anything. I can make a comment about what somebody's wrote on Twitter because they put it in a public forum. And to be honest with you, I don't really know what the hell that actually means. If it's actually a law to actually comment about somebody writing stupid things who is under the age of 16, is that some type of law going on there that can claim that I'm trying to groom somebody or something like that when I'm just making a comment? Certain people will actually try to milk it for something, like the fruitcakes and devil shits that they are. So I'm copying of Watchdog Central there. Let's have a look at the comment. A guy jumped towards me, yelled "slut" while I was walking home at 5 on a school night in my uniform. I never knew you actually go home at night in school uniform, so that's you know what I mean? But you said at 5, fair enough. Your school obviously finishes late. But anyway, so you're walking home and then somebody jumps out towards you and says, "Salat." But can I just give some advice here? Well, maybe I shouldn't. Let me just say this. I could come onto YouTube and say, listen, if you don't want to be called these names, don't dress like one. But just because you got to remember that the schools have a certain dress code. Okay, I understand that, and I want to know why the schools have a certain dress code. Why is it that girls who are 11 years old, for instance, dressed as some type of you know what I mean, mini skirts? What is the point of all that? Somebody must have thought it up. You know, somebody must think, yeah, what we're going to do is we'll put guys in trousers during winter, and then we'll put the 11-year-old girls and 12-year-old girls. You know, the BBC are probably behind this a little bit. You know what they're like, and they say, oh, it's all a good thing. It's all about training them, etc. But it's a bad idea uh, because it's sort of, when you think about it, sexualizing them early. That's what it's doing. You know, it's trying to show off a bit of flesh or something. I don't know. And some people like that sort of thing. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm just saying, you know, why are the schools actually dressing these people this way in the first place? Why can't the girls of under 16, if they choose, wear trousers? I think it's fair enough, and I think that should be allowed. That way, they won't feel so insulted. And of course, you know, I just like to add another thing. Um, you're claiming that somebody jumped out. Who jumped out? Was it a little kid? Was it a little kid actually jumped out and called you slut or something? Who was it? Because this is about men, right? So I'm assuming that you mean a man, but I don't think that's a man. I think that's somebody immature, very immature by the looks of it, and certainly not somebody with with a straight sort of mind. And to actually claim this as normal behavior of men is a load of bollocks. It just is. I mean, I'm not doing that sort of thing. Uh, I might come on YouTube and rip the piss now and again, but I'm not doing that sort of thing. I do understand. I do sort of. I relate to what you're saying. I relate. You know, you feel like you've been insulted, and we get this all the time. You know, people will be insulting you. Do get the odd knob in the streets who will say something really fucking stupid now and again, and they insult people. It's nothing sexism about it. It's just that they will find something nasty to say. Believe me, if it was a man walking down the street, um, he may also have the same thing said to him if he didn't look like he could defend himself or something, because that's the sort of people you're dealing with. But you feminists are actually claiming it's something else. You know, it's men who's the big problem. It's not. It's the fact that you are promoting something on this particular Twitter page where you are saying that all men are like this, and that's just not true. And I don't accept that. I don't accept the first story, by the way, babes. I don't accept the first story at all. I think this is going too far, and I think some of the women on these Twitter pages are promoting it as a feminist sort of attack. It's an attack against men. That's what it actually is. And many of them don't even have a story. They don't have anything to say that's relevant to the subject. You know, some of them saying, "Oh, I work 60 hours." Sexism. Yeah, well, men have been doing that for a long time too. You wanted equal rights, now you get them. Now you don't like them, now you complain about it. What do you want? That's what I'm asking. I mean, I don't understand any of these. I don't understand women really, to be honest with you, half the time. Doesn't mean that we can't get on. I'm just saying, you know, most of this is just imaginary. That's what it is. Most of it's imagined. Half the stuff is made up on this site. I mean, I'm being honest there. This is not me being nasty. I'm being honest. Listen, anybody can write a lot of crap on the internet, and anybody can say some stupid things to you on the street. It happens to everyone. It's got nothing to do with whether you're male or female. You will sooner or later get somebody saying something really fucking dumb. And it's usually some kid smacked out on some drugs, usually the Tizer or something. I don't know. You know what I mean? Um, we can have a look at another one, but this video is rolling on. I hope you enjoyed this edition. And everyday sexism, try to find something less to whinge about. You know, you're whinging and whining like old women on this site. I think it's a bit unfair on men. Actually, I think men have the right to say exactly what they want to say. You know, but within reason. You know, they can't go around calling everybody sluts, of course. If you call a man a slut, they'll take it as a compliment. You call a slut, they won't take it as a compliment. They take it as a big offense or something. Anyway, bye bye. See you later. Goodbye.